Time to move to our next session. Before going to the presentation, just a few words about me. I'm happy to be here. I'm Panos Sigonis. I work at the Luxembourg Institute of Science and Technology, supporting the training school through the DESIDERATA project. So it's our pleasure to put a little stone in the continuation of this very nice activity that is happening for more than 10 years. And we will continue now with the session on co-creation, Science2Policy, Science to Industry, and Science to Citizens. We have two speakers, Jelena Barbir from the University of Hamburg, if I'm correct, and Miozza from University of Bologna. And they will take you through their presentation. So I give you the word straight away, so thank you.
Okay, hello beautiful people. I hope you are not too exhausted. First of all, I'm really grateful for this microphone because I'm really not loud when I'm talking, but now it sounds like really super loud. So I don't have to make an effort that I normally have to do always and sort of scream when doing speeches. So thank you guys for that. So we will take maybe, I count around 30 minutes of your lives now this afternoon for CheMatSustain project. And yes, it will be two of us as already introduced. So my name is Jelena Barbir. I'm the coordinator of the project and representing Hamburg University of Applied Sciences. And also my colleague Mario Miozza, he's researcher at the University of Bologna. So we are there leading the work package on the communication dissemination, and there we are creating this work where we are trying to pass info from science to citizens, industry, and policy as well, and trying to find the best approach how to do that. So just a short overview from my end regarding the overall project. So as you can see here, basically we are 11 partners across Europe, and we got the funding from the European Commission to conduct this project for nearly 5 million euros and to run it for 4 years. It's a joint consortium of different organizations, so we have research institutions, we have different universities joining forces in order to create different methods and find a way towards more sustainable and safer chemicals and nanomaterials. So this is just in a nutshell to see, so this is, we are creating and testing, deploying this set of different tools to improve the screening and testing of protocols and different strategies and hazard and risk sustainability assessment that we are conducting of a sample of different chemicals and nanomaterials that were selected for this project. And yeah, basically we are developing those methods and models. Also, as you can see, this is the structure here on the screen. So the project, it's really dizzy from here to see it. So basically we have the main work packages 1 and 8, which is the management and then upscaling, replication, communication. So this part is belonging to this work package 8, but in the middle it's the core of the project, focused on the work packages 2 to 5, where we are developing those different methods, selection of the materials, doing the pilot tests for different ways, and then also this preparing the models using the data. We of course have one specific work package focusing on safety and sustainability assessment, and then in work package 7 we are doing the validation of those approaches in light of the EU strategy and policy, and in this work package we are also creating the database of all the data that we are collecting within the project. So this is just briefly in the nutshell. There are some flyers outside, so you can read more about the project. Also you can visit the website and have a look on the details regarding all the methods we use. But yes, now what I will do is to pass the floor to my colleague Mario, who will start the workshop. It will be a bit interactive, so we want to shake you up a little bit. It will be a modern version, so you need to use your phones. And yeah, so it will not be just us talking, but we will basically collect the feedback from you guys as well to give us your insights how we could prepare this facility in order to share the information from the project after we start creating the inputs. Okay, so yeah, Mario, the floor is yours.
So, thanks a lot. Today I'm going to, before jumping into the presentation, I would like to share with you our workshop objectives, right? So, as a first objective, we would like to present to you our digital platform, so the CheMatSustain facility, whose major aim is to promote the safe and sustainable deployment of chemicals and nanomaterials, of course, across Europe. Then we would like to engage you, because you are our stakeholders and you are relevant to our digital platform. And last but not the least, we would like to grow our network. As Jelena was mentioning, so this presentation will be highly interactive. So prepare your phones and let's get started. So this is the first slide concerns the current challenges and background of CNMs, right? We all know that chemicals and nanomaterials enhances product effectiveness, and they are widely used among different products. So here I just list some of the major and most common functionalities enabled by nanomaterials, like they can enhance from UV protection, UV rays protection. They enhance the waterproof textile function. And last but not the least, for example, they may improve leather resistance. Okay, but there is a big problem. So actually we don't know, so the European Commission, researchers, science, we actually don't know, we are not sure about the impacts in terms of health and environmental sustainability of deploying these chemicals and nanomaterials. As you may imagine, multiple stakeholders are involved in this process, but they don't know. So this is the main concern. They don't know, and this is exactly where CheMatSustain project comes in. So basically, we would like to promote the safe and sustainable usage and deployment of chemicals and nanomaterials. I'm in charge of the work package 8. So we are developing in this work package a digital platform, which I will be presenting very briefly to you. But here I also representing and showing a brief timeline of our activities. So our project has started in January 2024. And in these 18 months, so we have gone through multiple tasks. So here I'm really briefly synthesizing and summarizing our approaches. We have conducted an extensive literary review about current challenges and opportunities from deploying chemicals and nanomaterials. We have conducted surveys, collecting more than 50 responses, so a lot of information is there. And last but not the least, we have conducted already 2 workshops. This is the 3rd workshop we are conducting, and we are collecting more and more information about our problem. So the problems which I state with you. We don't know about the impacts of nanomaterials and chemicals and nanomaterials. Here is what emerged by our analysis. So first of all, industry needs support in order to choose what kind of chemical and nanomaterials should be employed in which product and why. They don't know how to scale up, for example. So this is a very huge problem, because on one hand we have industry which are willing to maximize their profits because of nanomaterials, but they don't know how to use this, okay? Then we need to establish, so there is also really important vaguity about the regulatory. So regulations about CNMs. We need to establish working groups about SSbD framework. There is a lack of communication channels to talk and discuss about CNMs impacts. There's difficulty to monitor and keep track of products, of life product impacts when employing CMMs. Last but not the least, this is quite relevant to previous presentation from yesterday. So there's the lack of aggregating data for deploying AI and AI tools, okay, for predicting ecotoxicity. So this very briefly is what emerged from our research. Again, here we have noticed that actually in order to address these problems, it is a continuous cycle in between industry, policy, and citizens. So if we get into details of this, we have, on one hand, industries which are producing and producing those products, so they need to employ these nanomaterials, of course. On the other hand, they don't know about policy, so there's lack of information about policy and regulation. So we have citizens and consumers, which are those who are buying from these industry products. So this is a continual cycle. Our proposal to address this problem is to create a digital platform, so as a digital space in which we aggregated these three different perspectives: citizens, Science2Citizens, Science2Policy, and Science2Industry. So each of these three pillars within our digital platform has a different objective, okay? Very, very briefly, because I don't want to get you bored. So Science2Policy aims to engage collective reflection about CNM's safe and sustainability, about regulation of safe and sustainability. Industry, we would like to support industry in the decision-making part. So they don't know how to employ CNMs, so they know, but there's still vaguity. So through research, a research approach, our CheMatSustain facility aims to bridge these gaps, this knowledge gap with the industry. Last but not least, we would like to improve awareness of consumers and citizenship at large. Okay. Now, let's transition to Mentimeter. I will ask you to grab your phone and scan this QR code. 1 second. So, I hope that you can see all the screen. You know, we are used to conduct these meetings online, and there's always a problem. You know, put on the chat the QR code, whatever. So you just go on Mentimeter and access through the code or through the QR code. Okay. I give you a little bit of time to access, and then we can collect finally your feedback. Okay. First of all, I would like you to identify yourself. So, who are you? Are you from an organization, public institution, research, non-profit? Are you just a consumer? I know that you are all researchers, but if you want to approach this presentation, so this feedback as a consumer, it's okay, it's fine by us. So we would like just to know, first of all, 22, of course, this is the majority, but this is, okay, we have one consumer. Thank you very much. So let's move forward. this is very easy, just to ice break with you. What is the first word that comes into your mind when it comes to safety and sustainability? Are you like more industry oriented? Like, for example, safety and sustainability of nanomaterials, I think about agriculture, for example, or cosmetics. So just put some words, and eventually a word cloud will pop up. You can just put whatever you want. So humanity, okay, that's interesting. So I think that we are all concerned about the human impacts about nanomaterials. Circular economy, okay. Is someone linking CNMs to AI, for example? So machine learning, I don't know. So life cycle, the product's life cycle. So this is another important part of safety and sustainability of CNMs. So thanks a lot for answering this. We will go through these words and analyze a little bit later. Now, as a first point here, I would like you to assess which among the following features would you interest you the most in deploying a digital platform concerning safe and sustainable use of nanomaterials. So here we list six major points which are relevant. For example, would you like to be aligned to policy regulations and have like our business reports? Would you like to be in contact with a network of experts about safety and sustainability, safe and sustainable use of CNMs? Or what about LCA? So sorry for that, but I'm pushing LCA because it's always like at the bottom line of our rankings. But actually, so LCA is primary because we need to keep track of the impacts of CNMs, of course, among the life cycle. So please answer and rank your favorite features for the digital platform. Thank you very much. I see here that training and e-learning modules resources are not relevant for you, of course, because you have all the PhDs, okay, so thank you for this. Okay, so I'm moving forward. So what will make for you a platform, so this CheMatSustain platform, trustworthy? So you are researchers, you have scientific base, okay? So I would like to know from you, for example, if you want like to have access to data, free access to data, free access to regulations. So this is very important. Like regulation, the regulatory part is not always very, let's say, stressed. So it's stressed, but on the other hand, it's still vague, the applicability. So thanks a lot for answering. So if someone wants just to raise his or her hand, and intervene, so please, because this is interactive, so this is both digitally interactive and also live interaction if you want. So thanks a lot. Eventually, this information will be analyzed to develop scientific paper, maybe. So this is very important, your feedback, and most of all, we would like to develop this facility thanks to your feedback. So thanks a lot. What would motivate you to actually contribute with content into a platform? So this is very important because so the digital platform literature tells us that a user should be incentivized in order to go again and deploy again this digital platform. So, for example, one incentive is the network. So just think about WhatsApp. If no one has WhatsApp, So there is no interest in having WhatsApp on your smartphone, right? So basically, what about, do you think that the network is important to get into the platform, okay? Then, for example, we have also business reports. So EuMINE, we have 14 votes for supporting industry. So can you please add I don't read because it's Jelena, what is the winning?
I don't, this one it's not working.
Okay.
No. Yes? No. Yes, so supporting industry. So it's really interesting to observe as you as a scientist, because we identified in the first slide that we basically have scientists in the room, and as the concept is saying, it's science to industry, to citizens, and to industry. That you are choosing this one. So it's really good that you are really aware of it, because this is really one of the biggest problems at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. In fact, we are facing some problems also to engage industry in our project. So, what about the content? So you are researchers, right? So I know that you like scientific papers. So we are researchers, actually. You like scientific papers, but so what do you think is the most viable way to be engaged over and about the safe and sustainable use of nanomaterials? So business reports, for example, policy brief, again, social media posts. So do you like LinkedIn posts? So it's kind of very funny, but on the other hand, so sometimes you need to build up your network, right? So you need to have like a lot of followers and so on. So would you like to follow us, for example? So we have plenty of social media, LinkedIn, also LinkedIn groups. So please.
I think what we can see here, that everyone is enjoying actually those conferences and workshops as we are doing now. So actually meeting in person and discussing the topics live apparently has the biggest impact, at least in this room.
Okay, great. So better to do conferences rather than LinkedIn posts. Okay. So last two questions, and then we can just stop. Do you think that as acknowledged audience, you are our acknowledged audience, do you think that there are some stakeholders that are actually like underrated in this context? So do you think that, for example, so should be involved more? So what about producers, so industry producers? What about consumers? Okay, please rank here what do you think is the most underrated in our context of stakeholder context? We have consumers, citizenship, academic researchers, regulatory institutions. Okay, so here I see also companies for you is the major focus. I totally understand, but let's see. Okay, how many feedback have we received, Jelena?
15.
Okay, 15. Thank you very much for those 15 guys that are helping us. Then last question. How should the platform give them voice? So please, if you feel, just text a brief message here to help us how to shape the engagement with these stakeholders. For example, consumers, you need to do social medias and promote these social medias, or organize school events in schools, for example. So there are a lot of initiatives that could be addressed. We would like to know what is your opinion on that. So, Jelena, can you please?
So yeah, basically we need a little bit of extra ideas. So when you think about citizens, when you think about the policymakers, when you think about industry, so what would be the easiest way to pass the information to them? So what we have here on the screen, like surveys to consumers, which is really a good idea. Focus group, this is appearing several times, discussions with the researchers, interactive meetings, workshops, field work. This one is interesting. Maybe if somebody would like to clarify this one. What do you mean? Yeah, please.
Yeah, you mean like having like interviews, for example, with companies?
With the users.
With
yes.
users, okay.
With
yeah,
those, yeah,
in order to grow their awareness and to understand their awareness about the topic.
Yeah, and the functionality of the product, acceptance, the impact it has on their livelihood, everything. And you need to go there. It's site specific. You need to understand the context. That's what I mean.
Okay, yes. Thank you very much. So if some of you wants to add also live interaction, is okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe also this open access and transparency, if you could clarify a little bit on the idea. Who wrote this one?
So
just a second, you are getting a mic.
Okay, thank you.
You are like me, you are not loud enough for this room, so you need a microphone.
Open access and transparency, I mean that whatever the output, the research output should be made open, okay? And transparency means that both the industry and the general public should really know the nitty-gritty of the research.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because when people follow up from the details of what happened, the belief in it tends to go up. But if people hardly understand both the concept, the definitions, and the output, they hardly believe in it. Mm-hmm. So most scientific writing tend to be tailored toward the experts, and that's why it's difficult for people to accept it. But if it can be made simpler for non-scientific audience to really understand it transparently and detailed, they tend to adapt to it. That's what I mean by open access and transparency.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is another, thank you very much.
Thank you.
There is another comment.
We are making you work hard. You need to walk around, talk, use your phones.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Late afternoon.
I wanted to add, usually what we see, what happens with working with stakeholders is as scientists or industry, we go there, we collect data, it's like we use them.
Exactly.
And then we forget about them.
Mm-hmm.
So, in my opinion...
And it's not a sustainable way of doing things, right?
So if there is a way to improve that, it will be a very big step already. Then the local communities will be more interested in being part of this process.
So you mean like long-term relationship with stakeholders?
Relationship of trust.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't know if some of you has some other feedback. Okay, so we almost done because we would like to present to you our next, so invite you to our next event. So let's shift to PowerPoint.
It's just 2 slides more and you are free.
One slide.
Well, and the thank you one.
Okay, yeah. So, so basically, we are launching our digital platform next 27th of June in Bologna. So this will be a hybrid event. So if you want to attend in person, if you happen to be in Bologna, We are more than happy to welcome you. So we have limited places. So in order to register, if you want, you can just scan this QR code. You will be in a form, so Microsoft form. This is our event. It will be held in Bologna. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe just to mention what this is where the action is going to take place. So we will have some of those stakeholders and have those round tables and discuss also with them what would be the way. So it would be a nice addition to your comment, how actually to build this engagement on the long run. And this is something that we are going to do there in Bologna partly. So, yeah.
Okay, so thank you very much. Q&A, I don't know if you want. Thanks for your attention, and eventually, you want? No, please.
No, thank you very much. Thanks to you.
No, okay. No, I didn't see you. If you want. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so we do have time for some questions in case you want to discuss something further.
So we are going to implement also your feedback. We are going to analyze a little bit and implement your feedback in onto our platform. And we would like to have you both in presence or attending online. Lunch will be offered. So if you
for you not to feel used today, so we will offer you lunch on 27th in Bologna. And then we can start building the...
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so thank you very much, and see you in Bologna. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.